Have you ever wondered how the Dredge would play in Dead by Daylight? Well, look no further. I found out how. Hello everybody, Vigo Shadow here, and welcome to the Killer Murder Methods, a guide how to play exactly like how the killer would act in the entity's realm. In today's episode, we're going to be playing as the Dredge. I'll be going over their power, the type of killer they are, their perks, and lastly, what they prioritize in order to play just like they would. First, let's go over the Dredge's power here. So the power is called the Reign of Darkness. Now, he has a couple abilities at his disposal. Let's go over the one that he can control. It's called the Gloaming here. So there's two things that the Gloaming can do. One is a remnant. So the Dredge can leave a remnant behind when activating the Gloaming using the power button. You can return to that remnant if you use the attack button, and then to throw survivors off of a loop, so you can go back to the place that when you first activated it. Otherwise, the Dredge has an ability that is a teleportation ability. You can teleport to any locker around the map. So each teleport will consume a power token. Exiting the locker or returning to your remnant will activate the cooldown. So survivors can also place locks on the lockers to slow the Dredge from exiting them. And the Dredge can break the locks by exiting the locked locker or performing a base attack on the lock. Each locker can only be locked once. Now, the other ability is like a passive ability. It's called Nightfall. The Nightfall meter builds when a healthy survivor is injured, a survivor is hooked, or the teleport power is used. The Nightfall meter also fills faster for each survivor in the injured state. So once the Nightfall meter is full, the Nightfall will begin. During the Nightfall, survivors must navigate in total darkness. The Dredge's teleport is much faster with shorter cooldowns, they gain undetectable, and Nightfall will end after a minute has elapsed. And that pretty much does it for the Dredge's power. Let's move on to their playstyle now. Because of the killer's power, we now know the type of killer they are. I pulled up a reference image to showcase different types of killers, and based on what we know, I believe that the Dredge fits into the mobility category the most. They can traverse the map very quickly through direct teleportation. So that's a big part of their kit. And then I also think they play very well as a disabler killer. Now, disablers are killers whose power help them get around loops and pressure survivors. So specifically with the Remnant, you can place them around a loop, and that will force the survivor to either leave the loop or continue playing around it, and you'll get an advantage if you land your remnant attack very well. So those are the two categories, with the main category being the mobility. So we'll move on to the Dredge's perks next to gather any additional information as to how they would play. Here we are at the Dredge's perks now, so let's go right into them just right away. We have Disillusion. 3 seconds after a survivor takes damage, for 20 seconds the next time a survivor fast faults a pallet while within your tear radius, it is destroyed. The garden shall be a place of perfect joy. Through joy, nothing shall stand in our way. Auto Stamper. I'll be getting into who he is later. Darkness Revealed. Whenever you search a locker, you see the auras of survivors within 8 meters of the lockers for 8 seconds, cooldown 30 seconds. Stay in the light, my children. In darkness, your fear will expose you. Auto Stamper again. And then Septic Touch. While a survivor within your tear radius is healing, they gain blindness and exhausted. When they stop healing, this ends after 30 seconds. Do not admit to fear or pain or doubt. These are the seeds from which darkness grows. Auto Stamper. So yeah, and those are the information for blindness and exhausted. Pretty self-explanatory. Next, we're going to move on to the Dredge's priority. Next, we'll delve into what the killer's priorities are. In Dead by Daylight, there are 4 categories. Within these categories, we can see what the killers deem a priority based on their personality within the bio, perks, and dialogue/quotes. I've already combed through a bunch of the lore and other places and found out that this killer's priority mainly focuses on the brutality/malicious category. And this is because of this quote right here. So, it was everywhere and nowhere all at once. It slowly picked its way through the carnage, absorbing the darkness, savoring the misery, trailing terrible noises, shrieks, cries, whimpers, pops, cracks, feasting sounds, death sounds, dark sounds. Like, honestly, this is exactly, it doesn't get any more clearer than that. It's going to be savoring its kills. So, obviously, just like a lot of killers, they want to kill survivors. That's why, but they're not all of them necessarily fall into the sacrifice and devout category by like killing survivors. So this one's more about injuring them, interrupting them, and downing them. So it's causing the most amount of pain. It's kind of like playing with your food. The dredge would want them to suffer so that they can hear that. It's not going to be like a quick kill. It would kind of ruin the satisfaction of that. So we're going to be playing them very carefully to where we cause the most amount of pain and suffering for these survivors. And if we can target all the survivors and get them all injured at some point, that is exactly how we want to play the dredge. So let's do a little bit of recap and then let's get right into our match. All right, so before we get into our recap here, I'm going to quickly explain, with what the dredge actually is. So it was a creature that was kind of like manifested through imagination almost, is what it seems to like be. Otto, like a guy called Otto, led all of his followers like from like what this thing was called, like the Fold. So he believed the Automarians to believe dark thoughts were the root of all discontent. He spoke of an ancient god called the Druanee. So the dredge is the Druanee. It tells them how it fed on dark memories, desires, blah 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 blah, and then like they are all manifestations of darkness from their hearts for fear of summoning this horror from the land of shadows. So that he believes the Druanee comes from the land of shadows and it feeds on people's dark thoughts. This was like not even like, this was just all fake. He was just like kind of saying this is a story to like kind of scare his followers. But then after like a bunch of like hysteria around his group and panic and paranoia, they all like started to murder each other, and Otto was just smiling when this happened, honestly. And then out of the blue, literally, an oozing black mud like molasses, like the ground So suddenly the ground rose and sank into a thick oozing black mud like molasses. Moments later, a formless mass squelched out of the muck and rose like a rearing horse to feed upon the writhing mass of the butchered humanity. So like the people that were like in this wooden stage, as people were murdering each other, this thing rose from the mass of like butchered humanity, and it started feeding on all of this, like the dark thoughts and like the people. And Otto was watching this creature manifest into the very thing he made them all imagine. So literally, like, it is like a creature from imagination that got took to the black fog. That's the best way to explain the dredge. It is the amalgamation of butchered corpses, dark thoughts, and that's what it feeds on. So yeah, that's essentially what the dredge is. All right, now we can get into our actual recap. So essentially we're going to be playing the dredge with the base kit, meaning just his 3 perks. We're going to try to get each one of these perks to activate within the trial, and then I will be playing him with no add-ons so that I don't get an advantage. Next, we're going to be playing him in his playstyle, which would mean we're going to do a lot of teleporting, utilizing his power, and then following his priority to a T, which would be causing a lot of suffering, making sure the survivors are whimpering out, crying in pain. This is what the dredge feeds off of: fear, trauma, all that. So we're going to be trying to cause as much damage as we can in the trial, keeping them in the trial for as long as we can, and then essentially feasting on them as well. So trying to kill them all. But the main priority is going to be causing suffering. I think the dredge would probably prefer to savor his kills, and if some of the survivors gets out, oh well, as long as he has caused enough fear and pain and trauma. I think the dredge will be happy. So with that being said, let's get right into our match. All right, we're playing the dredge on Greenville Square, Withered Isle, and honestly, not too bad of a map. Let's see here.
Now, first thing we're going to do is, as soon as we get to teleport, we're going to do that. So let's go ahead and do that right away. Oh yeah, we're going to immediately punish the survivor for sure. We're going to cause them as much pain and suffering as possible. And since we're on a good roll with him, we might as well just stick with the chase. Because I didn't see anybody else up there, but if we do see another survivor, we'll go for him. Okay, yeah. He's gonna throw that down. He actually tries to make it to the next pallet here. Oh, we have actually got Disillusion to activate. Not bad. He faked the window. Actually really cool. Really good there. Alright, he's playing this setup pretty well. Honestly, we bloodlust him, so he does a pretty good job there. Okay. Joe went bot, I guess. We're gonna go ahead and hook him. It's fine. We can use Darkness Revealed. Oh yeah, they get that gen done. Alright, we make it to a hook here. We're gonna go ahead and check this locker. See where we could find anybody. Oh yeah. Oh damn. Alright, we still get him. I think we have Shane probably going for... Yeah, we can't get him. Or we can't teleport to these lockers yet. So let's go ahead and just break out of this locker here. Yeah, he was right there. Septic Touch may have activated if they tried to go for a heal here. Quentin's still on the hook. We still can make this pretty bad for them. Nightfall's about to activate. Yeah, the more damage we cause, the better for Nightfall. Oh my god, did we actually get him? We actually got him with a locker grab. That's insane. I don't know if he was trying to lock the locker or get into it. Either way, absolutely deadly. Oh shit, he did not expect that. Our locker teleports have been pretty good. We're gonna try to make him vault this because we have Disillusion. Oh wow, he actually counters it with Shane's perk. But he won't be able to do that again. Not bad. That was a pretty good reset, honestly. He countered it with Shane's perk. That's actually kind of nice. Thought for sure it was going to block, but either way, it lifted it up for us, so we were able to get to it. Alright, we can break out of this one. I knew he was going to go for it. Oh, wow. Alright, Felix gets saved here. We'll go ahead and pop out. We can... Oh, what is he doing? What is he doing? That's fine. Alright, let's go. Just do this real quick. I want to see the animation. That's so cool. Yeah, I know he had decisive, but I just wanted to see the action. Not bad. We eat his decisive. We're not going to go back for him again. We totally could, but... Oh shit. Well, he's right here anyway. So might as well. Oh, he has Dead Hard. Not bad. I think he's definitely wanting us to follow. We're going to go for Shane instead. Because we do want to cause the mass amount of suffering here. He resets that pallet as well. Not bad. Disillusion is not here anymore. We might as well just try to see where we can go from here. Okay, let's just go way far. Let's just keep using our power to kind of teleport. Oh yeah, we're gonna go for it. Felix can take another hook. We have Quentin damage. We don't want Quentin out of the trial. This is what I mean by like playing with their priority and their playstyle. The Dredge would probably try to actively keep Quentin in here. We can knock him down, but we shouldn't hook him. We want kind of everybody to take a hook state here. Okay, which is going to be to our detriment, really, but It's kind of like an oh well situation. Now that bot has been probably making some pretty good progress here. We're gonna go ahead and break out of this. Oh wow, there's like 4 people healing him. We're gonna go at least give him deep wounds. Maybe hit him again. We're gonna go up. We'll go ahead and knock down Shane at least, and then... Okay, we can knock Quentin down. We're fine with that. Oh, he went through this way. That's fine. We'll let him save them. We want Jill here. She's the bot. Everybody's taking a hook state. We're causing a lot of suffering here. Okay, she actually throws that pallet down. We'll go ahead and get rid of it. I think she's going to loot me pretty well. Oh, maybe not. What's this? Okay, well, we'll take ya then. I don't know what that movement was all about. They are definitely probably trying to reset here, so let me just come from here. Oh, wow. They don't expect it. Okay. They immediately go for the grab there. Okay, they get the bot. They're just kind of messing around at this point. We're going to go ahead and knock them down. We're going to go back for Jill again. We want to cause a lot of suffering. Let's just have her throw it down. See her have her vault. Oh wait, Disillusion's supposed to be active. What the hell? That should have broke. Okay. We'll go ahead and break this. I don't know why Disillusion wasn't activated for... There we go. Okay. Alright, now we can start getting to the point where we're going to kill. We're knocking them all down. Oh yeah. I think they don't like playing against the Dredge, let's be honest. We're going to go ahead and hook Jill again. We'll probably kill the bot first, since we can still cause a lot of pain. But if we happen to get Felix down, we're fine. Let's just try to get to these gens, actually. Maybe stomp a few of them out. We could teleport a little bit. Kind of build that power up. Okay, now let's teleport. Alright. I don't see him nor hear him. Ooh, okay. I think one thing that I was actually completely neglecting is the darkness revealed. So we can actually might be able to see where he is. We see a couple people on the ground where they're at. Let's go ahead and... Yeah, we want one. Okay, there we go. Now we see where he's at. Alright, now we can go straight after him. He might pick some people up off the ground. Okay, he actually breaks that. I can't return to my remnant now. The bot could potentially pick them up. We're going to keep the bot injured and all that jazz. Alright, there we go. Now we've injured the Felix. We're going to go ahead and down him. And this is kind of the spot where we can kind of take over and start killing. We've kind of toyed with them enough to where we can make that a reality, killing them all. Alright. Now we can go ahead and kill. And I believe we've gotten some value off of Septic Touch, because essentially they're probably going to be healing within radius. Okay. She did pick them up. That is okay with me. Okay, yep. Everybody's picked up. They'll probably be in my radius here. Yeah. They don't see nothing coming. I'm going to go for the bot. I miss. Okay. He gets in my way. I'm just going to pick him up and kill him. He's ready to be dead. Now we got to find out where that bot ran off to. We might have another shot at Darkness Revealed here. I think they might have went that way. Oh, whoop. Okay, there we go. There's the Jill. Alright, now we can kill her. And then we'll try to get the Quentin. If the Quentin lives, then that's okay. He can live to tell the tale. Okay, we get him. We get the hatch at least. We close that opportunity for him. To make the situation even more hopeless. There we go. We are not going to spare him any mercy. We will go ahead and fully kill. And that is how you play the Dredge. A final kill, too. Jeez. Alright, so right off the bat, I think we got some value with Disillusion. So we were able to see a couple pallets break with it, but Shane actually was able to trigger it to where, what was that one called? Let's see here. Oh yeah, Wide Open Throttle. So he's able to fast vault a pallet and reset it twice on me, which was pretty good for him. But it did not get this. It counter Disillusion, which is kind of nice, or kind of funny. It's nice when those kind of perks like counter, like when there's certain counterplay to certain perks. I believe we got Septic Touch to activate for sure, because while the survivors within your tear rate is healing, they gain blindness and exhausted. So we were probably able to stop Quentin from sprint bursting, and then maybe Felix with a dead hard. He dead harded on me one time, but we might have stopped that other dead hard. And so yeah, we might have been able to stop that. But they were also blind as well. Darkness Revealed, we got some information when we searched the lockers. I kind of forgot I had it midway through. But yeah, we still were able to get each one of the Dredge's perks to activate. And most importantly, we kept everybody in the trial alive until like the second hook state. So everybody was hooked for sure throughout the match. They did give up on me, but I'm still going to include this match because we were able to do what we were able to do. And that's kind of like what you want to do. You want to play the Dredge to where people are just giving up hope, and they just give up. That's essentially what you want to do with the Dredge. You want to toy with them so much that they just either give up and they're at your mercy and you get to kill them and cause as much pain as you can. That's exactly how you'd want to play as the Dredge. It just feeds off of that fear or like that sense of hopelessness, you know. So, yeah, with that being said, that is how you play the Dredge. Thank you for watching. This is Vigo, signing off.